Hello, guys, and I'm here for some game day bingo. Super excited to be here with you. $26 minor prize at 52 balls or less, major prize at $1,000, 48 balls or less, and a mega prize at 13 grand. You can take home at 46 balls or less. If you want to catch these live streams, you can tune in on those Pilot TVs, the Player Connect app, pilotgames.com/PilotTV, YouTube Live, as well as the Twitch app. Our channel name is MegaSota on both YouTube Live and Twitch. Definitely some awesome streams there. Watch us live as we try and give out these huge jackpot prizes, and we highlight those big winners throughout these games. Speaking of big winners, we've given out quite a few jackpots so far, as we've given out 65 jackpots in this season 15 and 18 jackpots over the last 7 days. We saw 3 of those jackpots just go out yesterday on a lovely Thursday. The first one went out to Tim Bine over at the Blue Line Sports Bar and Grill. They took home $1,250 as they split up a $2,500 prize with Anthony over at Carboni's. They took home $1,250 as well in that split win. Good job to Tim Bine as well as Anthony. They're taking home that nice split win and a little Pilot Payday action. That is a game that we play at 6 p.m. every Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So actually tonight will be your final opportunity at that $2,500 must go this week. So make sure you come out at 6 p.m. We do have one final jackpot winner I would love to highlight, as we had Basement Bar over at the Farmington Lanes take home the largest jackpot of the day, $5,849 going out to you, Basement Bar. Great job to all 3 of our jackpot winners over that lovely Thursday. So glad to see you guys take home those great jackpots. We're hoping to give out great jackpots during this lunchtime, but it won't be happening in this game number 1, as we wait to see who takes home $13.60 in this game, with quite a few players one ball away. Our winner in this game is Ram Gren 1 over at Reggie's Brewhouse. They're taking home that $13.60 must-go prize, as we will now be getting enrolled into a game number 2. In this game number 2, that minor prize is going to be clicking up from 52 to 54 balls or less, getting more exciting as we continue to compete through these matchups. So make sure you guys continue to get enrolled and press play. As we get enrolled into this next game, I would like to highlight an ETAB game, as you can fill your time up outside of playing that live bingo, checking out the newest ETAB game, Raging Snowman. It's a super fun ETAB game where you can immerse yourself amidst the snowstorm, pick out the lucky snowman, and take home a huge prize. Maybe engage in that exciting snowball toss and see what kind of prizes you could take home there as well. It's all great fun in Raging Snowman, bringing that winter excitement to you guys in your local bars. Like you guys already don't have enough winter excitement out there in Minnesota. Definitely some great stuff there. Raging Snowman, it's a fun new ETAB game. Check it out, as we always love highlighting these new ETAB games whenever they get to hit your guys' iPads. We have just 1 minute and 40 seconds for you guys to get enrolled into this next game of Game Day Bingo. Like I said, the great prizes are continuing to grow as we get enrolled into this game number 2. If you guys are coming out regularly for these awesome games of live bingo, just you're playing those E-tabs, or you're just a avid Pilot Games player, you can actually stay up to date with all things Pilot Games by heading on over to our Facebook page. All you got to do is search up Pilot Games and click on our logo. That way, you'll be able to see new releases of eTab games, as you can see the previews of those. You can see weekly bingo schedules, event details, reminders, big progressives, player pictures, and so much more. You can also click the website link on that Facebook page, as it has all the best information there, as it includes links to pgl.world, our social medias like Twitter and Instagram, and even our bar locations where you can play Pilot Games. That bar locations tab just got an update, as it is now when you click on it, you'll be opened up to a nice Google map, as you'll see a bunch of pinned locations where you can play some great matchups. You can search through those options to see what kind of bars you can play in your area, as well as see what charity you're supporting while you're playing that bars. You'll even see it just right under that tab once you click on that location. It's definitely a cool little feature there, as you can find out why you're helping out your community, as well as just figuring out where to play the next time you want to play some Pilot Games. Just 5 seconds before we are in this upcoming matchup of Game Day Bingo, that $144 prize is looking good heading into this game number two. Still $1,000 on the major and $13,000 on the mega. As we work on that, I'm going to highlight our entire live bingo schedules. Right now, we're getting into game number two of 12 games that we play during this lunchtime. I'm here Monday through Friday, 12 to 1, playing this Game Day Bingo, trying to give out that minor, major, and mega prize. At 1 p.m., I leave you guys off to play your first unhosted live bingo game of the day, as you'll play a game of Lucky Four Bingo. You'll have a shot at $116,000, the largest jackpot available today, that you can take home at 1 p.m. I can't wait to see what Lucky Four numbers end up taking home that great prize. Then from 1 all the way till 4, you'll continue to play that Game Day Bingo, getting after whatever we weren't able to give out in that minor, major, and mega in these games right here. 4 p.m., you'll get your second and final opportunity at Lucky Four Bingo, another shot at $116,000, and maybe even larger than that, as you we might have not given out that prize at 1 p.m. So should be good opportunity at 4 p.m. as well, as we love both those Lucky Four Bingo games. As I mean, the largest jackpot available today, $116,000. I will be back later on tonight for some happy hour bingo action, as I'll be playing 23 games of Game Day Bingo from 4 to 6 p.m. Should be a lot of fun as we play that wild themed Game Day Bingo throughout that time, trying to give out that minor, major, and mega prize that have been built up throughout the day. At 6 p.m., we'll switch on over to our only game of Pilot Payday, and actually the final opportunity at Pilot Payday this week. There's always a $2,500 must go prize within that game that you could be working on at 6 p.m. So make sure you guys are coming out for that action. From 6 all the way till 10, you'll hop into more unhosted Game Day Bingo, getting after that minor, major, and mega prize. We do like to sometimes interrupt that Game Day Bingo from 6 to 10 with PGL specialty nights. Before I get into those PGL specialty nights, we do have to talk about our winner here, as Phil M over at the Sportsman's Pub is taking home $13.60. Great job to you, Phil M, in this game number two, as we now get enrolled into a game number three, with our jackpots continuing to grow and roll as we get into this upcoming matchup. As we get into this next matchup, I'm going to talk about those specialty nights, as they come twice a week, Tuesday nights and Wednesday nights. The first one next week is obviously that Tuesday night matchup of MegaSota Game Night. It gets started at 6:40 every single Tuesday. Tony and Nikki normally there, giving out a bunch of PGL points as well as some great jackpot prizes. They end off with a little jackpot jungle grand finale, where they try and give out $25,478 in 54 balls or less. It's a great time playing that awesome PGL action, starting at 6:40 every Tuesday. If you want to come out for another PGL night, or you missed out on Megasota Game Night, whatever it may be, you can also come out for the Wild Wednesdays. Those go from 7 to 9 every single Wednesday. Me and Jordy are normally there, giving out a bunch of PGL points, as well as some huge prizes along that as well. My personal favorite game of that Wild Wednesday is the high-low matchup that happens right at 7 p.m., where the highest score in the state takes home a first place prize. But the fun shakeup is that the lowest scorer in the state also takes home a first place prize. It's super fun. So come out for those awesome PGL specialty nights. Megasota Game Night, 6:40 every Tuesday, and Wild Wednesday, 7 p.m. every single Wednesday. As you guys just have 1 minute and 20 seconds to get enrolled into this upcoming game of Game Day Bingo, I would like to talk about some national days. Our first national day we will be highlighting today is National Fun at Work Day. F- uh, Fight the workday doldrums during National Fun at Work Day on the last Friday in January. Definitely a fun one on today, as you can always find little ways to have fun at work. I've been, it's super funny, just makes me think about, been rewatching the extended fan edited. Uh, Office that has came out on Peacock that has 7 seasons. I'm right now in season 3, and they kind of are, well, they're kind of do no work and they're just fun, but it is a great example of just having fun at work as they do a bunch of crazy things, playing pranks on their coworkers and whatever it may be. As long as you're friends with those coworkers, I think pranks are acceptable. It's definitely a fun one on today, fun at work. I think there's lots of ways. I don't know how I mean, I'm always having fun at work here, trying to give out these nice jackpots. It'd be a lot of fun if I could give out this minor prize in this game at 56 balls or less. But what I have the most fun at work doing is talking about the NFL and just talking about football. I love talking about football. And so I'm going to talk a little bit about football right now as it is national. Have fun at work day, and it feels right. So let's check in with the NFL playoffs, as that feels like what's coming up just this weekend. We're going to be watching those games as you got the 2 p.m. matchup, Chiefs versus Ravens. And then you got the 5:30 matchup, Lions at 49ers. Should be a fun one to watch, as we got one of those NFC North teams in that in that game, as Lions in there against the 49ers. And then Chiefs versus the Ravens should be a fun matchup of two MVP quarterbacks going at it, which should be a lot of fun as well. I'll make my predictions for these games, as you got Chiefs versus at Ravens. I want the Baltimore Ravens to win. I think that they are the better complete team. They have just so many more pieces around them. But it's really hard to bet against the guy that I consider to be the better coach and the better quarterback with Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid. They're just, it's, I always say that the better team is always the one with the better quarterback and the better coach. That's usually the betting favorite for these winning playoff teams. But Ravens have a pretty dang good coach, and they have a pretty dang good quarterback as well. And then you fill out the rest of that roster. I think you got to go with the Ravens getting the win there. They got one of the best linebacker crew in the country, as well as they got Kyle Hamilton, a great safety that I think a lot of Vikings fans regret not taking in that draft where we traded down to let the Lions take Jamison Williams. There's lots of things that you could think about, but the Ravens, I think, get the win there. They've been so dynamic this past year, and with a healthy Lamar Jackson, the Ravens is always tough to beat. Now, let's check in with that Lions San Francisco game, as the Lions actually have, surprisingly, the better record than the San Francisco 49ers, even though they are traveling over there to San Francisco, as the Lions are 14-5, with San Francisco being 13-5, as we've played one more playoff game than them. So we do have the better record. But it's fun to, I mean, not we, as I'm a Detroit Lions fan as a kid. Now I'm kind of more of a Vikings fan, as I made the switch at the wrong time, as coming to work here, the Lions were bad. Started to become a Vikings fan, and now the Lions are good once I'm no longer a fan. We do have Loser Dave as well as Slim. They're splitting up a $19 Musco prize. Great job to you, Loser Dave and Slim, as we now get enrolled into this next matchup. In this next matchup, that minor prize is clicking up from 56 balls or less to 58 balls or less. Should be a lot of fun as you guys get enrolled. But my prediction for that game, it's hard to bet against the San Francisco 49ers, but the Detroit Lions are tough team to stop. If there's any team that has a better offensive line than the 49ers, then it's that Detroit Lions team. Jared Goff plays really great in a clean pocket, as a lot of those really good pocket passers do. Like Kirk Cousins, we've known for years a clean pocket means an elite quarterback when it comes to Kirk Cousins. It's the same thing with Jared Goff, and they have the line to give him that clean pocket, and they have weapons that get open consistently. So it's going to be a fun matchup. That's more of the matchup that I'm really excited to watch, as I think both teams play both a really good football on both sides, defensively and offensively. It just matters if that Detroit defense can do anything to limit that San Francisco 49ers offense, as I know that the 49ers defense is going to come out there to play. The Lions defense, they're just so young, it's hard to predict it. So, should be interesting stuff. My Super Bowl realistic prediction is probably Ravens 49ers. My want is Lions Ravens. I think that would be a really fun one. Should be some interesting stuff there. Well, I'm talking about NFL action just because it's National Fun at Work Day. Well, as you guys are enjoying your lunches, heading back to work, have a little fun once you get back there. We just have 55 seconds to get enrolled into this next game. $187 available on that minor prize. You can take home in 58 balls or less, I should say. We have that major prize at $1,000. You could take home in 48 balls or less, and the mega prize of $13,719. You could take home in 46 balls or less. As you guys continue to work on this, I got our next national day, National Big Wig Day. Put the fun in fundraising while bringing awareness to a cause close to many hearts. National Big Wig Day on the last Friday in January gives everyone an opportunity to play an important role in the big wig. I'm not familiar with this, so maybe we need to learn a little bit more about this day before I fully talk more about it. As National Big Wig Day is both an expression of the potential inside of all of us and the entertaining opportunity to positively impact the lives of others. To do this, we must dust off our hidden talents and bring them forth without hesitation. So be bold and even a little bit courageous. Roll up your sleeves and grab a few friends. Become that always because that always makes it more enjoyable and the journey more exciting. But whatever you do, bring your big wig with you because we all have one inside us, and even big wigs need to have fun. Interesting one on today. Definitely a cool one, as it seems to be just encouraging people to be themselves on this national day. It's definitely a great one. Maybe rock an actual wig on today because, who doesn't want to rock a cool wig? I've always found that super cool for, people that wear wigs. I get, the whole struggle with it, but I think it's also just a really cool thing as well as they can switch out their hair in a flip notice to match their different outfits, their different aesthetics. And it's super cool, to be honest, to be able to just switch them out like that. But we're celebrating not just the wigs. We're celebrating the people showing off just their inner selves on National Big Wig Day. We have almost 45 balls dropped in this game right here, 5 balls away for Ron and loser Dave. We'll see as they continue to creep closer towards these prizes. Still in line to be able to take home that minor prize. It's going to be a tough win on this major, so we'll be moving on, just solely focusing on that minor as we still have 9 balls to try and give this one out. We wait to see if this one goes out in this game number 4, I hop into our next national day, National Green Juice Day. The holiday may be over, but the New Year celebration and commitments to our resolutions continue. With National Green Juice Day on January 26th, every year the celebration encourages people to stick to their health and wellness resolutions by drinking green juice. Definitely an important one on today. We do have a jackpot winner in this game. $189.31 will be awarded to Ron over at Neighbors on the Rum. Great job to you, Ron, as we now get enrolled into this next matchup of Game Day Bingo. As we get enrolled into this next matchup, that minor prize is reverting back to 52 balls or less, but that $17.30 must-go prize is going to remain and only grow larger as we are getting enrolled over the next 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Still got those other prizes we'll be keeping an eye out on as well as you guys get through it. But back to National Green Juice Day as you guys get after this double must go, as green juice is a great way to be healthy. Green juice, I don't necessarily have too much green juice. There's been times where I went through phases of having more green juices, as I used to have a green juice spot right next to where I worked. But ever since I kind of got out of that area, I haven't really found a new place that I've felt like going to. But I know it's just super healthy for you to do. You can help with digestion, it can help with just getting your greens in. There's a lot of good stuff when it comes to green juice. And so Keep to those New Year's resolutions, stay healthy, and maybe have some green juice to celebrate National Green Juice Day. Next up is National Peanut Brittle Day. National Peanut Brittle Day on January 26th recognizes a hard, flat candy confection enjoyed worldwide. The candied, buttery, nutty texture makes for a delicious treat that can be made at home. Definitely an awesome one on today. I know peanut brittle is a staple for some, but for me, not as much. I don't nearly have peanut brittle ever, if I'm being completely honest. But it's definitely a cool little treat that you can have, as it's definitely not healthy for you, but it's super tasty. As you know, we switched from green juice day to peanut brittle day, kind of opposites, but it's definitely a tasty one on today. Try it out, as it can, fans of peanut butter will love it. As a fan of peanut butter, surprising that I don't eat peanut brittle, just not really the candy of choice I would choose. As there's just a few other options I would choose. As I'm a sucker when it comes to my nice candy treats. It has to be a chocolate flavor. Peanut brittle, though, good stuff. Next up is National Spouses Day. National Spouses Day on January 26th each year celebrates the bond between two people and sets aside time for couples to show each other gratitude. Definitely an awesome one on today. Show your spouse a little bit of gratitude, as you can get so caught up in the everyday busyness of life that sometimes, it's great to just show that gratitude and make sure that, it's vocalized, as it can be forgotten. We have just 5 seconds to get enrolled into this next game. We do have a little bit of Twins news, as we have some awesome we have a former Twin making a big splash as he joins the exclusive first ballot Hall of Famer club, and that's Joe Mauer. The Minnesota Twins great was elected as part of the class of 2024, along with Adrian Beltre and Todd Helton on Tuesday. Mauer received votes on 76.1% of the ballots cast by members of the Baseball Writers Association of America, just barely clearing that 75% marker you have to. Mauer and Beltre are just the 59th and 60th first ballot Hall of Famers. Mauer was selected by the Twins with the first overall pick in 2001 MLB draft out of Cretin Durham Hall in St. Paul, where he starred in baseball, basketball, and football. Mauer won the batting title, and then did it again in 2008 and 2009, becoming the first American catcher to win the batting championship, and the only catcher in MLB history to win the batting title 3 times. Absolutely ridiculous stuff. One of the greatest batting catchers of all time, Joe Mauer, first ballot Hall of Famer. Awesome stuff to celebrate for our Twins. If you guys are missing some Twins action, check out the E-Tab game called Twins Win. You guys can even pick out a lucky batter in the Home Run Derby bonus round. See if you could take home some Grand Slam prizes. It's definitely a lot of fun playing that great E-Tab game, Twins Win. We have just 48 balls dropped in this game, 5 balls away for some of these great players, as we're looking to give out this double Musco of $30.40. We'll see who ends up taking home this nice prize of 3 balls away for JBDH. Clicking past all of our jackpot prizes officially in this matchup, as we are definitely getting after that $30 Musco. 1 ball away for Chafer. As we continue to work on this one, I would like to say check out all of our E-Tabs. We have over 70 different charitable E-Tab options that you can choose to play anytime. Win huge prizes up to $1,500. All games have small bets between 50 cents and $5 with awesome bonus and free play rounds in those games. We'd love for you to check them out. But in this game, we got a split win. That $30.40 is getting split between JBDH and Mopar. Good job to both of our winners, as we now get enrolled into this next matchup, a game number 6. I'll be taking a little break as you guys play these next 2 games of Game Day Bingo, and I'll be back in just a little bit to give out some more great prizes. Hello, guys, and you guys are playing some more Game Day Bingo as we get enrolled into this next matchup of Game Day Bingo. We got just 45 seconds to work on this minor jackpot of 58 balls or less, 79, $80 now, $1,000 on the major, and $13,000 on the mega. We're definitely gunning for that minor jackpot as we were just able to give out that minor prize at 58 balls or less last time we were getting after. So maybe we can do that once again as we get after it here in this game number 8. As we get after in this game number 8, I would like to highlight our winners from 6 and 7 as we gave out some nice must-go prizes in those games, as we saw a nice must-go prize of $14.20 go out to Player over at the Split Rocks Entertainment Center. Great job to you, Player, taking home that nice $14.20 prize. We also had another great win during that time as we saw a must go prize of $17.90 go out to D Fiends over at Spare Time Lanes. Great job to you. Taking home that nice prize in that game number 7 as we now work in this game number 8, trying to give out some nice prizes here as well. As you guys are working through these games, though, you're earning points towards the Game Day Bingo standings. They've been super competitive so far in this season, and it's been super fun to cover how many points we've watched these players be able to earn. Already in this season, starting off in 10th place, we have High Jen over at JR Mac with 14,000 points. And that's when the ties start, as we get into a three-way tie in 7th place between Dano over at Friends Bar and Restaurant, Snowflake over at Eagles Rochester, and Cheese over at the Beartown Lounge. Great job to both those, all three of those players. Two-way tie in 5th place between Quick over at JR Mac and Mike over at the Sherwood Lounge, both with 16,000 points. 17,000 points for 4th place Bryzo at the Underground Bar and Grill, as our 3rd place player is Stingray over at the Lodge on Lake Mazaska with 21,000 points. With 26,000 points in 2nd place, we have Ben W. over at the L&M Bar, as our number 1 player is Call Me Jen over at JR Mac with 72,000 points. Great job to you, Call Me Jen, leading the charge in these standings, as you are the reigning champion in this Game Day Bingo. It's definitely been a lot of fun watching them win Season 14. Now we're waiting to see if they can win once again in this Season 15. But before I get into the top locations playing Game Day Bingo, we got to talk about our winner here, as we now have a Renegade 2 balls away. We'll see if they can take home this prize as we work on that 58 ball or less minor jackpot, as well as a $19.10 Musco. Not a bad Musco in this game, as we are going to be giving out that Musco in this matchup as we wait to see if they can get that lucky ball to fall for them. And our winner taking home $19.20 is Kira over at, as well as B West. Kira over at Frontier Lounge and B West over the Split Rock Entertainment Center. Good job to both of you splitting up that nice prize. As you guys get enrolled into this next game, game number 9, the Game Day Bingo, I'm going to be going over the top locations that play in Game Day Bingo. 10th, we start off with a three-way tie in 8th place. That's between the Beer Stube in Grove Heights, Double Wide, and Underground Bar and Grill, all in 8th place with 25,000 points. 26,000 points for 7th place, Eagles Albert Lay. As our 6th place location is Moe's with 27,000 points. 33,000 points for 5th place, VFW Spring Lake Park. As our 4th place location is Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards with 35,000 points. 38,000 points for our 3rd place location, the Medford Liquor Store. 2nd place is L&M Bar with 49,000 points. But our number 1 location, home to our number 1 player, call me Jen, it is J.R. Mack with 114,000 Game Day Bingo points. It's been a lot of fun watching you guys take home all those Game Day Bingo points. Can't wait to see who takes home those points in this game right here. Just 1 minute and 30 seconds to get after that 60 ball or less minor prize, already at over $115. As you guys get after it, I do have a little bit of this day in music history. As today in music history in 1988, Andrew Lloyd Webber's blockbuster musical, The Phantom of the Opera, debuts on Broadway at the Majestic Theatre 2 years after a successful run on London's West End. Definitely a cool one on today. The Phantom of the Opera is an iconic piece of work that's been redone in movies, been done on Broadway, been done in so many different works. It's a very, very impressive one on today. Phantom of the Opera. The story behind Phantom of the Opera, if you don't know, the novel is partly inspired by the historic events at the Paris Opera during the 19th century and by the Anne apocryphal tale concerning the use of a former ballet pupil's skeleton in Carl Maria von Weber's 1841 production of Dear Franschutz. Definitely an interesting one on today. Maybe do a little bit more research on Phantom of the Opera, or maybe watch the movie rendition of it on today, as I think it's starring Gerard Butler, which he has these sideburns that just make him unrecognizable, as well as a mask. Next up, released on music. Next up in music history on today, in 2015, Nick Jonas of the Jonas Brothers lands a recurring role on Scream Queens. It's a horror anthology series from Glee creator Ryan Murphy and Brad Falchuk. The cast also includes Ariana Grande as a recurring guest star. Definitely an interesting one on today. I have never watched Scream Queens. I actually have no idea what it's even about, but it's a huge series, I guess. It's got big names: Emma Roberts, you got Jamie Lee Curtis, Abigail Breslin, as well as others. Definitely an interesting one. Maybe I'll have to give it a look as some big names. You even got Glenn Powell, a guy who's just gotten so many big movies as of recently. You got even Nick Jonas in there, as we talked about. Nick Jonas. He plays Boone, as we talked about him. You got Kiki Palmer. Lots of big names in that one. Maybe I have to give a watch to Scream Queens. No idea what it's about, but maybe on today. As you know, Nick Jonas lands his reoccurring role on today in 2015 in that show. But as you guys are getting after in this game right here, if you want to be a reoccurring name talked about on this show right here, you got to sign up at pgl.world and become a member of our league. As a PGL member, you'll compete for points and get exclusive insider info. Plus, we've got a monthly newsletter packed with tons of awesome info in it you won't want to miss. So sign up at pgl.world today, and we'll even get you highlighted in our new member spotlight. Some new members who just got signed up at pgl.world are Tams Maltz 4, Jabber 469, Killian Rosie 89, Tag Danny Kitty, Bold Moves, McGee, Marlin, L Pen 17, Drewski, Frofro, as well as City Angel 80. Hopefully, we see you guys coming out for either of those specialty nights. Tuesday nights at 6:40 for a MegaSota game night, or at 7 p.m. for those Wild Wednesdays on Wednesday. It's definitely a lot of fun. I love those Wild Wednesdays as I get to come live during those games. And we got to cover our Minnesota Wild just a little bit. Before I do so, we do have a jackpot prize going out in this game. $118.45 will be awarded to Renegade over at Johan Sports Bar 2. Good job to you taking home that nice prize as we now get enrolled into this next game of Game Day Bingo. In this next upcoming matchup, we'll have that $30.50 Musco prize continuing to grow and roll as you guys are getting enrolled into this game. I think it will be a game number 10. We're going to be getting after it. As you guys get after it in this game number 10 of the 12 games, I'll be here for this lunchtime bingo. I'm going to be talking about our Minnesota Wild. They're 21, 22, and 5 on the year as the Nashville Predators came back to beat the Minnesota Wild 3-2 on Thursday night. Joel Eriksson X scored his team leading 21st goal of the season for Minnesota, and Matt Boldy got his 16th. Phil Gustafsson stopped 25 shots for the Wild, which had its 3-game winning streak stopped. Minnesota had been 14-0-1 when leading after 2 periods. It stings to give up 2 quick ones, Boldy said. Obviously, it's part of the game. If they score, you've got to weather the storm a little bit. Go make plays yourself. Definitely just, looking to make more plays in that one. We definitely agree with that. Need to see some bigger plays coming from some of our stars as we've had Joel Eriksson X step up a lot, but we need some other guys to put up that offensive output so that we can compete in those 3-2 games. Just sometimes feels like we can't put up the points to compete with the amount of shots that we're getting on our goal. And so we'll need to see that turn around tomorrow as we got a game coming up. That's going to be against the Anaheim Ducks at 8 p.m. Should be an interesting matchup as I think we should be home for that matchup against the Anaheim Ducks, which will definitely benefit as we just play better at home. Yes, we will be in Minnesota for that game. And you guys can send some luck over to our Minnesota Wild by playing the great E-Tab game, Let's Go Wild. You can even check out the Slapshot bonus round to see if you can score yourself a jackpot prize. It's definitely a lot of fun playing that awesome game, so definitely go check it out. But this awesome game we're getting in store for you just have 40 seconds to get enrolled into as we got those great prizes right here in front of me, as well as a double Musco in this upcoming matchup. Don't miss out on this great prize that we're going to be giving out in this game. As you guys get after in this game, I would like to talk about PGL standings, as I was just, talking about our Wild, and one of those PGL nights is a Wild Wednesday. Our top players on both those nights, MegaSota Game Night and Wild Wednesday, throughout the last month come into this top 10 as our 10th place player was Joe Boo over at the Mantorville Saloon with 302,360 points. With 302,370 points, with 302,760 points in eighth in ninth place, we got Drumsky at the Underground Bar and Grill. Eighth place is Steph and Jeff over the Municipal Liquor Store Rogers with 318,470 points. With 331,015 points in eighth place, in seventh place, I should say, is Bassy Blings over the Wheelhouse of Anoka. In sixth place, we have Rumors Bar and Grill Mazeppa with 340,205 points. With 404,505 points in our fifth place spot, we got Rakuda over at the Devo's Sandbar. Fourth place is Joe M over the Sandbar 2 in Detroit Lake with 418,605 points. With 419,105 points in third place, it's Jay Love over the Tasty Pizza Bar and Bowl. As our number 2 player was Melly13 over at the Shortstop Tavern with 421,415 points. With 429,490 points, our number 1 player in those PGL standings, it's Sloppy at Malone's Bar and Grill, Maple Grove. Great job to you, Sloppy, taking home all those awesome points in those PGL games. Can't wait to see you guys hopefully earning some more PGL nights in those specialty night broadcasts, Tuesday nights and Wednesday nights. Now we got to talk about those top locations that have been earning those PGL points, as we got some locations that have really boosted up their standings. But before I do so, we got to highlight this this game right here. Doesn't look like we'll be giving out any of our jackpot prizes, as I think a lot of people are gunning for that double must go. $48.10 available on that double must go. With now a few players 3 balls away, we should be seeing this go out quickly as we watch these players race towards the finish line. Now 1 ball away for FDR3 over at Wizards Bar and Grill. We'll see if they end up taking that one home. As can they get that lucky ball to fall? Lindo over at Events by Soccer will be taking home $48.10 in that must go prize. Great job to you in this awesome game number 10 of Game Day Bingo. We will now be getting enrolled into this next matchup of Game Day Bingo. Should be a lot of fun as we only have 2 more games that I'm going to be live with you guys for. So get enrolled into this game number 11. As you guys do so, I'm going to talk about the top 10 locations in PGL standings. In 10th place, we got the Municipal Liquor Store Rogers with 342,200 points. With 345,020 points in 9th place, we got the Stanchion Bar. Devo Sandbar is in 8th with 404,550 points. 7th place is JJ's Bull and Lounge in North Branch with 416,035 points. 6th place is the Sandbar 2 in Detroit Lake with 418,605 points. With 419,105 points. In 5th place, we got the Tasty Pizza Bar and Bowl. 4th place, it's Malone's Bar and Grill Maple Grove with 429,490 points. With 540,310 points in 3rd place, it's the Super Bowl in Ramsey. 2nd place is the Shortstop Tavern in Coon Rapids with 576,510 points. And our number 1 location with 577,230 points, it's none other than the Underground Bar and Grill Mankato. Great job to that awesome location, as well as all of our players that have been helping out those locations earn all those PGL points. Well, as you guys are out there playing Pilot Games, here's just a friendly reminder that when you're playing Pilot Games, don't forget to share awesome pictures with us. We absolutely love seeing your smiling faces. If you happen to hit a jackpot, hold up that iPad with your happy face and that jackpot message. We'd love to celebrate with you. You could also send us a picture of you playing with your friends, your favorite bartender, just you having a good time playing Pilot Games. We share those pictures by directly messaging us on Facebook, posting them onto any of your social media with the hashtag Pilot Games, or emailing them to jackpots@pilotgames.com. I can't wait to see all the fun moments that you guys capture out there playing these awesome games. Just 20 seconds to get enrolled into this upcoming game. As you guys are getting into this upcoming game, as well as playing this awesome game number 11, I'll be talking a little bit about some Minnesota Vikings news, as there's a lot of offseason news to talk about for our Vikings, tons of projections, as we are in mock draft season where everybody's projecting every single outcome that could possibly happen in the NFL draft, as well as just everybody's thinking, oh, this free agent will go there, this free agent will go there, and so many things have yet to shake out. One of those things that have yet to shake out is the quarterback position. That's one of the biggest positions in the game of football. And right now, the Vikings have a question mark there. If Kirk Cousins does not end up donning the purple and gold once again, we may have to look for a bridge quarterback. That bridge quarterback may be coming in to replace a guy that we take at that number 11 spot. If we see a Jaden Daniels drop to that number 11 spot, we might need a guy to go in there for a few games to let Jaden Daniels warm up a little bit, or just to start for a year for us, as you want one of those guys. Some of those guys that we are going to be looking at is just 4 different bridge quarterback options for our Vikings. We'll start off with one of the easy ones. That's Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield's an interesting case, as he just had such a fantastic year, leading the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to the postseason, as well as getting to the second round of that postseason. Had one of his best years so far with this Buccaneers team, as he had yet to ever break 4,000 yards passing. Did so in this past year, had a career year in completion percentage, had his most touchdowns by far, and in any season that he had thrown over 10 touchdown any season he had thrown over 10 touchdowns. This is his second lowest interceptions, as he only threw 10 this year compared to his one other better year was in 2020, where he threw 26 touchdowns and 8 interceptions. But just really impressive stuff. It's his second highest quarterback rating of any season, coming from that Buccaneers team. Definitely not bad. It just matters on the price tag for him. As for the bridge quarterback, you need to be able to work that cap a little bit more. Russell Wilson's a guy that I don't like this fit at all, but they put him in this bridge quarterback option. Wouldn't be a free agent, but it would be a trade option that could happen. I know that he's interested at least in coming over to the Vikings. I don't think we are. We got $20.30 going out in this must go prize. Great job to you, FDR3, as we have them playing over at Wizards Bar and Grill. Great job to you as we now get enrolled into this final game of this lunchtime bingo. I'm going to be live with you guys for. So get enrolled, press play as we try and give out a 56 ball or less minor prize, $1,000 major, and a $13,000 mega. As you guys get enrolled, I'm going to continue talking about bridge quarterback options for our Vikings. As just talking about Russell Wilson could be an option, trade option for us, but I don't necessarily love it. But with his contract expiring, I think picking him up to start and then you can easily let him go off into the free agent market, and you can develop a quarterback underneath him and just have him be there for the next year or two. Another guy, Jacoby Brissett. I think he's probably the best bridge quarterback if we're talking true bridge quarterback. If we're looking to start a guy for 5 games in the beginning of the season, let whatever rookie quarterback we draft get acclimated to the NFL, and then put him into the fire. I think Jacoby Brissett is a perfect option for that, as he is not a bad quarterback. He'll get us a few wins during those first few games that can give us an opportunity to make the playoffs. With the amount of offensive talent, he'll probably look one of the best. Some of the best football that he's ever played with the kind of talent that we have here on this Vikings roster. And so I do not mind Jacoby Brissett. Another guy that's an option for a bridge quarterback is Ryan Tannehill. That's an interesting option, as I'm always nervous about any of those vets signings, as I think it's a good signing, but it's just not necessarily. He's really hit a wall last year, but they didn't have the receiving talent that you necessarily look for. It's an interesting spot to be at. I think another one that I would be very interested in is the quarterback Sam Howell. This is a guy that I think hasn't got his fair shot over with the Commanders. They're probably going to end up taking a quarterback somewhere in the draft here and take their guy. But Sam Howell has not played bad in his first 2 years as the quarterback. He has not had an offensive-minded head coach in those years. His offensive scheme has not been to the level that you would hope for a productive developing quarterback to get. And I think you give Sam Howell a second shot at getting the starting quarterback role for our Minnesota Vikings. It then gives you the option to then not take a quarterback necessarily in the first round, as you're already taking a shot. And maybe Sam Howell ends up becoming our next Kirk Cousins type player for us, as a very similar route coming from Washington. But it would be interesting. It would be an interest. I like the fit. I like Sam Howell for our Vikings. I think that would be a great upside move that you could also then wait in the draft. You then take a guy like a top tier defender at that 11th overall pick, and then in the second round you can go pick up one of those quarterbacks that are currently right now projected in the first round. Every quarterback's projected in the first round right now. It feels like every draft they tend to do that, as you'll see. Last year you had Will Levis drop, who was being told to be who was going to be a top 5 pick. The year before that, we had Malik Willis, who was being told he was going to be a top 5 pick. Each of those guys, they dropped out of the first round, some of them even later than that. And so I think we're going to have a few of those guys like Bo Nix, JJ McCarthy. One of those two guys I think will drop to the second round for our Vikings to be able to scoop up. And either one of them, I don't mind developing under a Sam Howell, where we're kind of just having a nice QB competition there, where Sam Howell, we already know, can start at the NFL level. And then you got a rookie kind of putting a fire under him to keep that spot. I like it. I think it's a good spot for our Vikings to be at. Sam Howell might be my favorite projected kind of thrown out there bridge quarterback, just because you could fill him in quickly. And I kind of love the fact that it's the same route that Kirk Cousins took to come over to our Vikings and then end up becoming just a 6-year great player for us. You guys can get some great Vikings action by playing the great E-Tab game, Vikings Victory. Pick a letter in the skull bonus to see if you can take home some great jackpot prizes. Obviously, we also play a little bit of Vikings themed game day bingo on these awesome opportunities. So, celebrating our Vikings right here, right now, as we're prepping for that off-season fiasco of the draft and all that different craziness. We do have BNK over at Charlie Sports Bar and Grill. They're taking home a nice jackpot prize. 53 balls were able to take home that minor jackpot of $76.10. Great job to you, BNK, in that awesome game of Game Day Bingo. It's been a lot of fun watching you guys get after it in this game day bingo, as we are now going to be getting enrolled into that Lucky Four bingo matchup. In this game of Lucky Four bingo, you have $116,000 on the line. It is the largest jackpot available today. That's if you're not counting the Lucky Four bingo opportunity that's happening at 4 p.m. if we're not able to give out this prize here. So keep on getting enrolled and press play as you guys do so. I got a player spotlight to end off, as we got Big Dog Worm over at American Legion Adams. They took home $7,770. And over at American Legion Adams, they support the American Legion Post 146 Adams. And their mission is to enhance the well-being of Americans, veterans, their families, military, and our community by their devotion to mutual helpfulness. And that's just a little reminder that when you guys play pilot games, your community wins.